Singapore stands out on the global stage for its distinct culture, thriving economy, and delicious food. When it comes to food experience, this bustling city has something unique to offer its residents and visitors alike. The continued increase in Singapore's population brings with it a corresponding rise in the significance of guaranteeing the region's continued food security and sustainability. The city-state of Singapore is in the midst of a food security crisis since it imports 94% of its food, a dependency that has only increased since the worldwide pandemic began. But could an innovative solution be closer than we think? Vertical fish farms. An odd solution might be the key, and not any vertical fish farm. An 8-story fish farm. To raise fish on 8 stories of a building seems a little pretentious, no? It's a short swim away from the fish farms we often see on television, which are generally single-floored and may even be located offshore. In Singapore, however, where access to nutritious food has been a chronic problem, this kind of clever solution is practically essential. In fact, almost 90% of Singapore's food supply comes from outside its borders. During COVID-19 in Singapore, worries were only made worse by the rows upon rows of bare shelves that spread over stores, which, as a natural consequence, prompted the nation to go into panic mode. And despite lawmakers and people from grocery store chains advising everyone to slow down, there was a brief period of time during which Singaporeans got the impression that the ability to get food was in jeopardy. A strong reason why they can take confidence in food security is the 30 by 30 vision. The Singapore Food Authority established this aim in 2019 with the intention of achieving it by the year 2030 so that Singapore can meet 30% of its own nutritional requirements through in-country production. Governments have thus been investing heavily in novel approaches that hold the promise of bringing us closer to our goal. So, what about this 8-story fish farm? The fish farm, which will be outfitted with cutting-edge machinery, will be able to produce up to 3,000 tons of hybridized grouper, coral trout, and shrimp annually. The productivity of these vertical farms is greater by a factor of more than 6 compared to conventional aquaculture facilities in the nation. This isn't Apollo Aquaculture's first foray into fish farming. They've been operating since 1969, and their 300 farms in the area are all using the latest farming techniques learned in places like Germany, Japan, and Israel. In reality, their Lim Chu Kang farm is 3 stories tall and has been operational for over a decade, producing about 200 tons of fish for us to enjoy each year. Apollo Aquaculture has developed a prosperous business thanks largely to the complex data sets that the company has accumulated over the years. A single gram of feed per cubic meter of water is well within their capabilities, and they have a firm grasp on the water requirements, water quality, and water volume. Chrono Lee, a spokeswoman for the company, stated that as a consequence, they can create fish in a significantly shorter amount of time and at the appropriate size for the market. The company's efficiency is such that even when the water in their tanks is polluted by fish effluent, they only need to replace 5% of it at a time. However, they want to reduce this to 0% by the employment of aquatic plants to clean and cleanse the water naturally. The quantity of water wasted by the firm is substantially lower than that of many other onshore fish farms, where farmers constantly clean out and replace whole tanks. And about the choice to go vertical, a key reason is the lack of land that the nation has in general. Lee said, "We're a very small country, and it's very difficult to secure land. So rather than building sideways and expanding horizontally, why not expand vertically?" Jumping on a well-populated list of sustainable farming initiatives in Singapore. Several businesses, not only Apollo Aquaculture, are helping us reach our fish production target of 30 million by 2030. One such farm is located around 5 kilometers from Singapore's Changi Point Ferry Terminal and was inaugurated in late 2019. Around 166 metric tons of barramundi, red snapper, and grouper are produced annually by the farm, using a closed containment system through its 4 tanks. Ying Ting said that the technique efficiently separates the fish from the ocean when the quality of the water in the surrounding area gets bad. The nation is not only focusing on fish with these programs. The local food supply was prioritized during the epidemic, and measures were taken to encourage farmers to increase output. Automated farming systems use technology and automation to increase output while decreasing labor costs and using AI. Simply put, they're totally awesome. One such super cool farm is IFFI, a mega high-tech indoor vegetable farm that monitors its vegetables' growth. They have a state-of-the-art environment control system to give the plants everything they need for optimal development, so they may outperform conventional farms that may be more vulnerable to climate change and other environmental stresses. The farm also uses cutting-edge water treatment technology to lower the prevalence of germs in its crops, increasing their storage life and helping combat Singapore's perishable food waste issue. You'll be grateful that the kangkong in your refrigerator may maintain its freshness for another day or two. Singapore has a number of urban farming options, many of which demonstrate the cutting-edge technology the country's nonprofits are using. Companies like Eat Just are expanding the boundaries of sustainability by developing methods for cultivating chicken flesh in laboratories. The chicken is grown using real animal cells, which might be said to be even more pure than actual chickens. Unfortunately, to fulfill the unrelenting demands of today's supply chains, authentic chicken flesh is almost always obtained at the cost of hens who are routinely dosed with antibiotics and hormones. Meat sold by Eat Just is antibiotic-free since it's raised without them. The very low and substantially cleaner microbiological content of Eat Just's chicken makes it superior to traditional chicken in terms of health. The lab-grown chicken produced by Eat Just will be available for purchase in Singapore very soon, since the company has been awarded permission to market and sell the product there. Someday, maybe we'll all be eating lab-grown meats and finding them to be delicious. On top of that, they are just about as artificial, if not less artificial, as the so-called fresh meals we consume regularly. Sustainable practices are now considered standard practice. Food insecurity is a major concern to Singaporeans, and the sooner the country takes action to address the issue, the longer its citizens will be able to enjoy peace of mind as the existential danger of climate change looms ever closer. So, could this be a problem solved by vertical fish farms? The use of vertical fish farms as a sustainable and low-footprint alternative to traditional farming is gaining momentum. These technologies may provide Singapore with locally farmed fish, reducing its reliance on wild harvests from distant oceans. Singapore can establish itself as a global leader in developing this innovative kind of environmentally responsible aquaculture if the country fully uses its warm, sunny climate and highly qualified workforce. In addition to these advantages, vertical fish farms have more control over water temperatures and quality than conventional farms because of their advanced technological capabilities. So, the answer is optimistic in this case. The massive 8-story vertical fish farm has revolutionized the way Singaporeans get their food. The new building is massive, and it serves as a great hub for obtaining locally caught fish. Sustainable and environmentally friendly, it provides fresh fish to a rising population in a busy urban setting without sacrificing quality. With further growth, other cities throughout the globe are likely to adopt these environmentally friendly practices as well.